Welcome back to Project Ozone 3, and today it's time to take a little bit of a step back to take a big step forward, because we're going to be heading for our armor quest. If we have a look at our armor quest, I've been doing them off camera, and it is in IOTA, it is. You'll see I've got fairly far through it. We've gone through Arctic armor from Twilight Forest and Yeti armor. Steel Leaf, all relatively straightforward. I had a problem with Nightly armor because that requires night metal. And I only had a few pieces of the tiny little shards, armor shards, I think they're called. So I had to duplicate them up. Did that off camera again because you've seen it all before. But once you did that, you can get a seed, and the seed gets you the night metal. So away you go. And into Abyssal Night, which we got before. And then we get to dreaded Abyssal Night, and things go a little bit south. Why? Well, dreaded. Whoops. Let's look at the right thing. Dreaded Abyssal Night. Let's just go for the helmet. It's not in the workbench. It's just not there. How do we make it? Well, we have to make it with a ritual through the necronomicon, and it only requires 500 PE. So my book of 5,000 will help with that. But it requires some of these things that we just don't have. Once I get one dreaded shard of Abyssal Night, well, we're able to get more, but there's no recipe for it. So it must be presumably another ritual or something else. We'll see. And then Dreadlands Essence. And Dreadlands Essence comes from Skin of the Dreadlands, which comes from Dread Fragments. And we don't have any of those. So we've really got to progress through Abyssal Craft. Yes. So we've got to get this Staff of Rending, first of all. And that will let us get... once we get to the Dreadlands, it'll let us then get Dreadlands Energy, presumably, or Dreadlands Essences, whichever. And we just got to fly around and hit them with this staff. So the first thing to do is get that Staff of Rending. Staff of Rending, and we'll grab one of those. This requires one of these Shards of Oblivion, but we've made them before in a previous episode, so we have a Staff of Rending. And the other thing, I can never remember the name of it, it's Key, something Key. Gateway Key, there we are. And this requires our Oblivion Catalyst that we've made before again. So we have that available. And now we have a Gateway Key. That basically opens a gateway into another world. And it's not the Dreadlands. It's a different one to get started with. And I guess I should build another sort of entry for this somewhere around here. So I'm running out of room. I guess here would do. Do I just get some cobble temporarily? Cobble. And just grab a couple of stacks of that. And I think I want to put this one further down than the actual floor level, because if I remember rightly, it builds the floor level of this thing for us. So let's just put it here. And if we put it there, this might be about the right size. Let's give this a go. So if we just select that block, there we go. And then we can remove these. And put our horrible cobble floor back in. I never did replace this. There we go. And we have our area. So we just want to get some concrete as normal. Let's grab a couple of stacks for you, and we'll make it a surround that is a little bit better than what we have before. And I need some more painted glowstone for the top, but... oh, is that one for the forward? No. No, it's fine. We just need to replace both of those blocks with painted glowstone. And I hate that skybox. If anyone knows how to replace that skybox, please let me know. And with that sorted, we should head over here and let's go and see what this dimension has in store for us. Let's see how quickly it loads. And with the magic of editing, that took 20 seconds less than it did for me. And we have everything we need. So I'm just going to take, first of all, a dislocation charm. Oh, dislocator. And let's get rid of you, Mr. Wilson. Goodbye. Yes, and I probably want to turn on my magnetization at some point. That's fine. We're getting Corellian Plague flesh. And I want to probably set that that home point, or at least put a pedestal down. So let's just put one here. And this is the overworld one, so we can put it on there. Get rid of you. Thank you. And now we have to fly around basically hitting stuff with this Staff of Rending. It will start to build up energy when we do so. Let's give it a try. Well, ow! Hey! Come back. Yeah, you're just going to die. Sorry. There we go. Okay, let's do this stuff of rending on stuff that isn't going to shoot me. Okay. And going to continue doing that for a little while and flying around. Does this show any kind of information? I don't have any energy yet. How am I going to get energy? Just left clicking then, presumably. Is it shift right click maybe? Let's try right click. Oh, right click seems to work. Okay, let's try that now. And yes, we've got 2 wasteland energy. I'm going to fly around a little bit more. Let me see if I can fill this gauge. And, well, it's 2 out of 100, so I'm going to have to hit a lot of stuff. But 1 second, and we'll do that off camera. And yes, you only seem to get the charge from the abyssal zombies, so go around and right-click those, rather than left-clicking, that is. And you'll eventually get to 100, and I have hit 100 once. However, when you are doing that, kill a few, and you're going to get some of this Corallian Plague flesh sooner or later, which of course is EMCable, so you can actually get more. And we are going to need more, so we may as well just get flesh and get a stack. There we go, and we can just put that spare back in. And we can just put the rest of this back in as well. Corallian Plague flesh and a bone we don't need for now. This I'll put into our system. Yeah. And wow, you can actually just get experience. You can get solidified experience out of this thing. Experience? Yes, you can. So if you want stacks of experience, well, that's easy enough done. Anyway, we want to just throw a few, throw them away, but I'll just put them into the system for now. And you also want to pick up some abyssal cobblestone. We'll need that for the altar. Remember how I made the original altar? If you don't, I'll show you in a second. But you want to make sure you have some of that stack, which is more than enough. So we're now going to be making something from this. Let's just get rid of this. And we want, I think it's all this stuff in a circle with the abyssal wasteland experience in the middle, and you get skin of the abyssal wasteland. However, that uses up 1 of the essence. So you could go up and fly around and go and get 8 of these total, because we're going to need to surround the necronomicon with them to actually get the next necronomicon up. So the necronomicons, there are quite a few, but this is the one we have, the necronomicon, and you can craft another one by all means. In fact, should I do that now, just so I've got one available? We can actually get some dull crystals. I can, I've got 2 available, so that should be enough. I think I've got a few in the system, so necronomicon. And let's just craft 1. Okay, and I want to spare because I want to use that one to be crafted into the next tier if I possibly can. So I retain the one in my inventory, which is here with 5000 PE. Again, if I can. All right, so now we need to get multiple of these, and of course we know how to do that. We want to get our husk and hopefully have one that, well, we may well have to find another one that actually picks stuff up, but let's give it a go and see if this one actually will pick stuff up. Hi, will you pick this up for me, please? Hey, buddy. Hey, pick that up. No? Not gonna have it? I'm getting lots of quests, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so you're definitely not an actual compatible one. What I'm gonna need to do then is the usual. I'm just gonna need to just get rid of that. 1 second, let me cut forwards until all these quests have stopped. And of course, one of them made the silly mistake of actually picking the stuff up, so we can just grab you, and we're going to set you back to exact copy, put you back in, and then we've got everything set up apart from the absorption hopper. We could even use an item collector at this point. It's fairly irrelevant. We just want to set the offset a little bit. There we go, and that will pick everything up. And then we should be good to go. So we just have to turn this on again. And we should start getting, well, more than enough of these to feed us with everything we need. So, are we getting stuff? Yes, we are. There is also soulbound versions. Yeah, these will work, I think, if I remember rightly. Certainly the enchanted versions of the stuff I did off camera worked. But, yeah, let's see. Is that not actually making any more? Want more of those, please? Let's put another set through. And let's turn that visible display off. 7. 1 more. Come on. You can do it. There we go. 8. Okay. So now let's grab that necronomicon. Necro. And we can craft that. Craft this. And now we have a necronomicon with 10,000 PE. Now, if I were to grab our existing one, where's my existing one gone? Am I blind again? Yep, there I am. Okay, if I just change that, will it keep what it's got? No. Yes, we're definitely putting that away. Because remember, I didn't get 8 statues. 8's sort of the limit for gathering PE, or at least passively gathering PE. So I want to actually just grab this. And then I'm probably going to put this on charge with everything else. I should, however, make a new altar. And I think I'm going to put it alongside the existing altar just so that we have something out here. Just in case I need this original altar for something else. Not sure if we do, but it's worthwhile, I think. So again, we'll just build with a marble, and I'll come back to you once that's built up. Okay, so we're still here in our abyssal world, the abyssal wastelands, and I did try this in the overworld just to keep everything relatively close to the base, but it seems like you can't actually do that, so at least it didn't work. So I'm going to actually try over here, and let's see if this actually works over here. So right-click center block, oh sorry, shift right-click, there we go. So yes, we can create this sacrificial altar over here, and then there's a bunch more stuff that you can look at in your book. For example, rituals, an abyssal wasteland, and this one, the ritual of the sleeper. So yes, it summons Azura the Fallen from the Dark Realm. Yes, in which a sleeper is an entity beyond life and death. And then there's the Azura's dreaded gateway key. So that basically lets us infuse a gateway key with an Eye of the Abyss, a Dreadlands infused Power Stone, a transmutation gem. Basically, then gets us the next key. It lets us get to the dreaded Dreadlands, or whatever they're actually called. So we're going to need that transmutation gem we've already got. Dreadlands infused Power Stone and Eye of the Abyss. And of course, that means we actually probably have to kill Azura, I assume. Dreadlands infused Power Stone, however. Dreadlands. Can we actually get a recipe for this? Ooh, this is going to be Dreadlands Essence. Which we... Wait a second. Dreadlands Essence? How are we going to get Dreadlands Essence without actually going to the Dreadlands? That's interesting. Fine. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that in a second. However, first of all, we should look at that initial ritual, and I'll figure out the second one shortly thereafter. So, 4 bits of gold, an enchantment table, and a liquid corallium bucket. Now, liquid corallium is all around. That's the blue stuff over there, so we shouldn't have much of an issue getting one of those. So gold, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an enchantment table, which again is trivial. So it doesn't matter where you actually put these on the pillars, entirely up to you. I'm just going to put them on roughly the right places, like that. Let's go and get a bucket of the blue stuff. So slow. This is why I want the top level armor. Well, it seems we're so slow now, but we're actually much faster than when we started. But that's a different topic entirely. We want to get to that infinity armor. And yeah, I built this platform using an angel block. Very useful item. Okay, liquid corallium bucket. Was that everything? Oh, transmutation gem. Transmutation gem. And I guess we could husk duplicate that, but I'm hoping to not need to. We'll see how many times we need it. Does this need anything else? Does it need a sacrifice? Summons Azura, the Fallen from the Dark Realm. Doesn't tell me anything about the actual fight, I guess. Lots of different stuff. So why don't we try this, and let's see how well this fight goes. Hopefully good. How much is this going to cost? Oh, okay, started. Let's back away. See whether it actually summons a boss. Or, well, yeah, that's the boss. Okay, it's a regular Ender Dragon. It's a harder Ender Dragon. But I have a really good sword, so I'm not as concerned as long as I don't lose to this thing. And I've forgotten where my range weapon is. Yeah. And I know I should be, you know, not spamming this sword, but it's hard. It's hard to resist. There we go. Okay, so stuff is falling, and I should go and scoop that up. And hopefully we got an Eye of Azra down here somewhere. Okay, other stuff is falling. Clearly it's still going. And there we go. Azra the Fallen. Alright. Whoop. Yep, gotta keep away from these guys, but I want to make sure I collect everything that came off that thing. Alright, now did we get anything that we actually wanted? We wanted an Eye of Azra, didn't we? Eye of the Abyss. Yep, there it is. So that's that. Refined Corallium Ingot, that's got EMC, that's going straight into our transmutation tablet. Greater Scroll, no idea what that's for yet. And yeah, the bits and pieces. Okay, so we can go back to where was my platform. There it is. And get ready for the next step, or at least have a look to see what the next step is. Okay, so in the book itself, you have this progression section. It's inside Abyssal Wasteland, inside Forbidden Knowledge, I think. Yep, here it is. So progression. Yep, next goal is to reach the Dreadlands. We'll need 3 components. Okay, we've already seen that. And yes, to get this Dreadlands infused Power Stone, it's actually an item in the world rather than having to make it good. So we don't have to actually reach the Dreadlands to get it, which would be nonsense. Okay, so in order to do that, yes, it's telling me what the mechanic of a Zorophyte is rather than just hitting it. Well, yeah, I'm fine. I've got a really good sword, so I don't need to worry about that. But there are things that you should, or adds, if you like, that you should actually get rid of. The Dreadlands of your Power Stone is located inside an Abyssal Stronghold, which can be found using Power Stone trackers. Recipe in Special Materials section. Okay, Power Stone trackers, and then you can mine it with a refined Corallium pickaxe, which I've just made. It's made out of those ingots we just got off the dragon. So you then should be able to get that. So Power Stone trackers in Special Materials. Power Stone trackers. It's basically an Eye of Ender, isn't it? And it's an upgraded Eye of Ender, which presumably you drop, and the same thing happens that you would expect with a regular Eye of Ender. It will find you the Stronghold. So we need to get some Corallium gems, but we already know how to make that, and some Eyes of Ender. So let's just get Corallium. Have I put this into the system yet? I have not, so I should. Corallium. And we've got 280,000. I may have forgotten to shut off that system that was generating them. Anyway, we've got lots. That's not a problem. Okay. And what was the other ingredient? We needed Eyes of Ender, which are trivial. Eye of Ender. And we'll get some of those through our system as well, through our transmutation. Eye of Ender. And that will do the job. We can then just empty this out, put these in. And it's just a regular recipe, so we don't have to worry too much about these. That should have given me a full stack. Yes, it has. And I will go now and see if I can find this stronghold. And here we go. We're a couple of thousand units away from the start, but this is now going straight down. So clearly the stronghold is going to be straight below us. That means I should get another dislocator just in case I need to actually come back to this point at any time. Let's just get that done. Dislocator. And we'll keep a point here. And I want to come back at some point to the overworld. So I will take another one for later. But let's actually just get down to the ground. And take that dislocator. So we've got our way back, should we need to. And of course I've got a personal way back, so that's not a problem. Let's just get rid of both of you. Ooh, blue hearts. Blue hearts from these guys. Interesting. I want. And now we can go down. And I guess, I'm not sure how far down we need to go. We're going to get to stone anyway. Time to get the night vision on, and I'll see you down there. And down here you'll find a fortress made out of green stone. Well, this is pretty dark, but let me try and get somewhere a little bit lighter. Near some of this blue stuff. Hopefully that comes through on YouTube okay. But yes, in here you'll find a spawner for abyssal zombies. Taking that up. And there's bits and pieces of other stuff, of other Corallium ore around that we can take as well. But mainly in here we want to get our refined Corallium pickaxe. There was a dragon that came in through a wall, by the way, a very small one, but kill that. Anyway, we want to take this Dreadlands infused power stone. So let's just take that with us. It does say harvestable, so let's take it. And yeah, there we go. So we've got that as well. And we've got that can go into the system. Okay, so everything else can go in there as well. I'm not going to take a bow with me, but yeah, the other stuff can come. And we'll head back to the base. So we can just grab our overworld. And then I'm just going to put down our stronghold, just in case. I don't think we're going to need to go back there, but just in case we do, I'd better make a pedestal. Unless we've got one. We want one of the dislocated ones. And I'm going to put this here for now. And where is the one with the Abyssal Wasteland? Yeah, it's got to be that one. So I can go on there. So both of those are for the Abyssal Wasteland. And then I could go back and put this other one down. But let me just keep a spare one in my bag anyway. Back to here. That'll do. And that'll do as well. So I've got some doors from that. Lots of iron doors. Bits and pieces. That can all go away. Go away. And now I think for the next stage, I'm going to have to charge this thing up. So this thing's going to have to go back on that pedestal over there. And it's going to be waiting a little while, I think, because it has to charge. And I don't particularly have anything great to charge it with. You can get up to 8 statues, as I said before. I haven't really done a spawning point, but I'll show you before how you actually get these. You get them from, let's put this down. You get them from actually getting the all those creatures to basically build pillars for you with the statues on top. I haven't bothered too much with it, but you can make it much faster than that if you want to. Anyway, moving onwards. I hate this skybox. Okay, so it's going to take a little while for this to charge. Let's see how far it's got. Nearly 7,000. That's not too far away from what we need. We need a full book entirely. So while that's actually going on, we want to go back across to our Abyssal Dreadlands or Abyssal Wastelands, whatever they're called, and go up to the chains in the sky, grab some of the material that they're made from, which is this stuff, Corallium Cobblestone. You're probably going to need it later, so we're going to add it to our system, Corallium. So we've got quite a few things coming on, and we're going to take that and just basically smelt it up. It's going to produce Corallium Stone, and then we're going to take the Corallium Stone, put it back through. That's going to make Corallium Brick, which will be useful a little later. So Corallium Brick, we can see the uses for. This transmutator we're going to be using later, so it is worthwhile doing. I may run out of time this episode, but trust me, you're going to want some of this stuff. And the refined Corallium, we already know how to make for that. So refined Corallium. Refined is stuff, I think I've already put that into the transmutation. Refined Corallium. I have made it already, so that makes it quite easy to make a couple of blocks of it. There we go. And again, you're going to want another bucket of the liquid blue stuff, and you're able to make that transmutator. So I'm just going to dump that into the system for now. We'll come back whenever we need it. For now, all we need is the Eye of the Abyss, the Gateway Key, Dreadlands Infused Power Stone, and our transmutation gem, and we should be good to create the next portal. We just need that full book in order to do so. Is there anything else I can do in the meantime? Probably not. Yeah, so let's just go and wait for the portal. Wait for the book. Okay, about half an hour later for me, we're now ready to put some stuff in, so we need to put that there. Well, it doesn't really matter where we put them, but we need them around the center. And then we get our gateway key, put that in the middle, and we need to shift right click, and that'll use up all 10,000. You can see it's using it all up, and convert our gateway key into the next key for the next dimension. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to put that away for a second. Yep. And make sure we retrieve our transmutation gem. It's down to 3 out of 10 now. And we're ready to go home. So hopefully I can create a portal here and not in the Abyssal. Otherwise I'll have to go through dimensions every time. So I created a gap here, and hopefully this will be fine. Let's give it a go. Yep, it looks like it is going to be fine. That's the Abyssal gateway though. Is that going to be the same place? Or do I need to... Oh, shift right click to create alternate portal. Does it say which one it's going to create? Let's go through anyway and let's see what it goes. Yeah, it went to the Abyssal side. We definitely need to just change that. So let's just shift right click. No, you're not going to create. Why can't... Ah, okay. It's still saying Abyssal portal. That's gotta be wrong. It is a dreaded gateway key after all. Let's see where it goes again. See if we go back to the Abyssal Wastelands. Yeah, we're back at the Abyssal Wastelands. We need to change that. Let's go back again. Which means it probably is as I thought and as I'd hoped we didn't have to, but yeah, this probably means we are stuck with having to go through dimensions to get to the next dimension. Let's give this a go instead of just grabbing some white concrete here, and let's just put down a portal this side. It's not going to be centered. That's going to annoy me. Yeah, that's going to annoy me. We're going to put it somewhere else. Let's actually just put it down here, and let's try this now. So let's just get rid of a few of you. And what if I right click? Oh, what if I right click there? Yep, that's the new portal. Good. Okay, so we have to go through into the new dimension. Loading. And here we are. It's very red and purple. So as before, we're going to need to go around and fly around using our Staff of Rending. Staff of Rending needs to be used on the red things, I think. Or let's give it a try and let's see if that's going to be okay. So Dreaded Abyssal Light Golem. Yep, we can use it on these. And we're probably going to need to just collect some drops as well. So it's worthwhile killing at least one of these things. Seeing what they give us. One of you, maybe. And is there anything else we can actually grab? Probably some other stuff around here. Dread spawns. No, what are you? Fist of Chagaroth. Okay. And Dreadling as well. Okay, so what have we got from those? We have got Dreaded Chunk of Abyssalite, Dread Fragment. Can we use Dread Fragments to go into larger stuff? Looks like we can, but with Dreadland's Essence. We need the skin. Yeah, skin. So it is Dread Fragment, and this is EMCable, so that's immediately going to go straight into here and here. Yep. Nothing else I want to actually do at the moment. No, I'm perfectly fine. I do, however, want to take a portal. Well, not a portal, a dislocator from here. Grab where my original portal was, roughly. Because we're going to create another platform. Here it is. So why don't I just take... for now, I'm just going to build up and create another platform. This should do. Should be out of ranged... range even for the various different things. So let's put that down because we're going to be building another altar anyway. So I do have to actually craft another one of those. So 4 on either side, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then we'll build outwards from that. Note that we can actually upgrade our Staffs of Rending to better versions. This one would need to be in the Abyssal Wasteland and get some energy. So we need to recharge our book, and we need this book specifically. So I'm not going to do that for now, but between the episodes, I may well upgrade them because I need to fly around here and get some more energy into our Staff of Rending. That has Dreadland's energy of 10 at the moment. So we're going to need some essence, which means I'm going to need, yet again, I'm going to need 100 of this basically energy, and we can fly around looking for stuff like these to be able to hit and get some energy out of this. Let's just see how much energy we got. 13. So yeah, it's like 1 click per energy, so there's quite a lot. I'm going to skip forward a second. I did go and get 1 batch of that because I did want to go and get the Dreadland's Essence, which lets us do basically the next step. So let's just look at this. And yes, that lets us get the Skin of the Dreadlands. The Skin of the Dreadlands can then make ourselves the next book, which gets us 20,000 PE. And of course, then I guess it can go back into Dreadland's Essence if we actually want to. But once we actually get this, we should be able to basically husk duplicate the Skin of the Dreadlands, just as we did with the last tier, and be able to use this up. So let's just go back to our dreaded helm. Yeah, let's go back to this. So we just need the Dreadland's necronomicon. So we do need to upgrade it to that next one. So we need 8 of those skins. And we're going to need Dreadland's Essence as well. So it may well be worthwhile just duplicating the Dreadland's Essence, not the skin, because you can easily make this into the skin once you have it, and these are EMCable, so it makes more sense to actually duplicate this. And then the Dreaded Shard of Abyssal Night, we should be able to get that from drops, and I don't think I've got... Oh, Dreaded Chunk of Abyssal Night. Does that actually duplicate up in any way? Dreaded chunk. No, I think it is going to be just a different kind of drop. I think we're looking for a larger sort of mob. Let's just have a look around. Yeah, so below us you'll see these two purple mobs, Dreadguard, and the only ones I've seen around that I haven't actually killed yet. So let's give these a go. That's one. Oh. And yes, we've got Dreaded Chard of Abyssal Knight. That's all I needed. I only needed one, so I don't need to get any more of them. And our nice little platform makes it so much worthwhile. So I'll just go up a little bit more, and then we can get as many of those as we actually want just by dumping them in the system. And the same thing with anything else, really. We can just dump that in. Dreaded Chunk, I guess we'll dump that as well. Chunk of Abyssal Knight, Sulfur, etc. And we're able to get from those Dreaded Abyssal Knight and skip everything else. You'd have to repair them to be able to use them in the next stage. That may be another worthwhile way around it, but you can get Dreaded Abyssal Knight stuff. Does that actually count? It does count for the quest. So you could skip, well, you can't skip the quest because the quest won't unlock until you do all the precursor stages, but you can skip the ritual just by killing the Chaos Guard. Hi, Chaos Guard. Hello. Can we actually repair them, though? That'll be the question. I guess we may have to get a specific kind of block to repair them, unless there is a powered repairer. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. Where did that other one go? Did I move away from it? I think I did, didn't I? Or I should get another couple of those. It saves me doing the ritual and saves me duplicating stuff if I can just repair them. Anyway, I will do that between the episodes because we are running out of time for this episode, unfortunately. Is that one down there? No. So, yes, if you enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. Oh, there's two of them. Yes, say hello. Not to my little friend, but to my very, very overpowered sword. Okay. I've just got to figure out a way to repair them now. Otherwise, I will have to recraft them. Anyway, that might be a shortcut. And if it isn't a shortcut, then I'll come back and actually explain next episode. But if someone wants to say in the comments about repairing them, then, you know, there's usually like a special anvil that actually does repairing. But they are... Ooh, Stygian... No, that's not a good one. Dark Steel Anvil, no. Is there anything that says repair on it? Let's just see, item repairer from actually additions. Will that actually work? Item repairer. Do I have enough to just make one? I have none of the ingredients for that. Okay, that won't be... No, that actually won't be that all that hard. Let me just skip back to the base. And never mind, it actually needs to be empowered. So I do actually need to set up the empowerer in order to do that. That's something we'll do another time. But that is one option, and maybe there's another option. We'll see. I'll have to have a look through the pack. So if anyone knows, do let me know. Otherwise, we do have potentially the armor without going through the rest of it. However, I'll leave that up to you as to whether we actually solve that. I need to go and take a look as well. So yes, as I was saying, you can give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe, share, and let everyone know in the comments down below if you've got any questions, or indeed if you've got any advice. More than happy to hear that. Otherwise, we'll see you next episode for more Project Ozone 3. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.